Hi, you're watching 7 and All, and this is going to be a flip through video of Burrows and Holes, or Ready to Read 1, the newest kindergarten or learn to read offering from Gather Round Homeschool. So if you are new to this channel, I would love it if you would subscribe for more creative and adventurous homeschool content from our family. But I'm really excited to show this new book to you today. And I'm going to take you on a pretty thorough flip through so that you can see what it's like. I've seen a lot of questions because this is brand new. Nobody has been using it yet. It just released a few days ago as of when I'm filming this. And I've got it printed, and I'm excited to take you on a flip through and explain a little bit about what you can expect if you decide to go with this for your child. So the setup is initially very similar to the Letters and Numbers series from Gather Round. So in the teacher's guide, you can expect that each week will begin with a snapshot. This is the week 1 snapshot. And you'll be able to see all the different topics that are covered. So this is a Learn to Read or phonics program, but don't be confused that it's only a phonics program. It incorporates lots of different subjects here. So in the teacher's guide, your child will be introduced to the topics of soil and earthworms. The Bible will be the topic of wisdom and foolishness. And in the intro pages to the teacher's guide, it explains that this whole book is really diving deep into the book of Proverbs with your child. So you'll not just be picking out kind of random Bible verses from wherever. This book is more of a in-depth, well, it's still at the kindergarten level, but it's sticking to one book of the Bible, Proverbs, one type of biblical literature, this wisdom literature from Proverbs, and focusing in on the theme of wisdom and foolishness as applied to daily life. So you will see passages from Proverbs throughout the book. And then for language arts, you can look down here for what's going to be covered. Each week there's one word family, one, sometimes two sight words, and one consonant blend. So in the first week, it's the word family at, sight word the, and the consonant blend fl. Then math. The first week, they're just covering a kind of review math, making sure your student is on the same page. So the first week, the math isn't too exciting, but I will tell you from looking at this, what are some of the main math concepts covered is beginning addition up to 10, pairs that make 10 is covered, as well as a lot of calendar work is a big one. Learning how to write all the numbers in the calendar and checking on your calendar each day. That's a big part of this. And also graphing is a big topic that's covered. There's a little bit of applied math. So it's like math applied to real life in each week. So that's really cool. Art. One thing I really appreciate about the art in this curriculum is that it's not just handing kids a coloring sheet and calling it art class. Each week's art page is an actual simple basic art concept. So this is that colors come in different shades. Different weeks will cover different concepts like texture, types of lines, shading, mixing colors, or observation, being able to observe and create based on what you observe. So that's really cool to me. That's something I really appreciate, is that it's actual art concepts, not just coloring, which coloring's awesome, but I like that they're taking this opportunity to really start building in those basic art concepts in a very simple way. And there's some kind of social studies topic for each week as well. And you'll see that in the student book. Each week has some kind of box here. This one is a lifestyle of learning box with tips on reading to your child. Or no, this one is tips on when your child is first beginning to read. What are some good habits to instill right at the beginning? So reading this week, this before you start your week will really set you off for a successful week. And then you jump right into it. So unlike Letters and Numbers 1, the science topics aren't all completely just animals in this book. A lot of them are animals, but the whole theme of it is burrows and holes, and it's all the underground habitat. So this day is what is soil. So what is soil composed of? Inorganic matter, organic matter, water, and air. Kind of the portions of elements within soil. Then we move on to why do we need soil? So basically 2 days on the topic of soil with our Bible focus on Proverbs here and review questions. There's some little extension activity suggestions here. Then the next 2 days of the week are on earthworms. So you can see that here. And it will progress in a very similar way. 2 main topics a week, different elements of the same topic explored on 2 different days. And then your first week is done in the teacher's guide. You get a review here with an optional more hands-on or kinesthetic activity. And your first week is done in the teacher's guide. The next week, we're going more into types of soil, kinds of soil, and scorpions here. And we have all of our topics. We have what is our next word family, next sight words, next consonant blend, social studies, art, and the calendar and number line. So that's what we'll all be covering in week 2. Notice that by week 2, we switched to a different little box here. This is a life skills box with a hands-on skill and a memory skill. Then you have your little lesson, differences between types of soils, getting into the clay, loam, silt types of soils on these pages. And we have little extensions on both of these, so little ideas to make it hands-on before getting into scorpions. Oh wow, lovely. Now if you're like me and you don't really like bugs, which actually my son loves bugs, and I know a lot of kids really like these creepy crawly things, just know not all the animals here are bugs. They really kind of balance it. They do some animals that live underground that are actually kind of cute too. Like the fennec fox, they include a burrowing owl, so there's even a bird that lives underground. It's not all about dirt either. They go into caves and stalactites and stalagmites. They talk about the glowworms that live in the caves of New Zealand, like the Waitomo glowworm caves. In later weeks, I just am showing you the first 2 weeks here. So you can see the format is very similar to the preschool here. So each day you'll have 1 page in the teacher's guide. And then what's different is that you'll have 4 pages for your child to do each day in the kindergarten book. And remember that this is intended to cover both of the phonics practice and the math practice and any other subjects that are added in each week. So you can see the scope and sequence for the student book right here. These are all the word families that are covered in these 9 weeks, so 9 word families, all the sight words, and then we also go into some basic language arts topics, rhyming and capitalizing names. These are the math concepts. Oh yeah, 3D shapes. I forgot to mention that. And left and right. Wow, there's quite a bit of math. And social studies, basic topics, as well as art topics right there. So I'll show you some of the pages. This is the word family introduction page. Each week starts by introducing the word family of the week along with the consonant blend friend. There's instructions here about how to have your child pronounce this, fla. And in the back of the teacher's guide, there are flashcards for every word family, for every consonant blend friend, and for every sight word. So I would definitely make use of those for review activities. Here is a hands-on counting review. I think you can count like little snacks. For these numbers, your child is expected to be somewhat at least able to count up to 20 before starting this. Here's the first Bible page, which this is just a little intro to the idea of Proverbs, talking about wisdom and foolishness with your child, something to color. Then here is a reading page. So they get to cut out the words and paste them where they go to match each word. And here's the first sight word. I feel like this is a very classic sight word page, but I do really like this, using the same word in a couple different ways. It's fun. And then this is lesson 2 of that first week. Now you're using the same word family and you're making a flip book. And I do want to say, like, every week on the second day they have some kind of more hands-on project with the word family, but it's not always a flip book. So, like, if this is not your favorite activity, that's okay, because there's something else. They rotate between different types of more kind of hands-on, cut it up, make something with it type of activity. So I like that. So you make a little flip book and then read the words. Here is a math counting activity. The first week, the math is not super exciting, but it's still themed nicely to this underground topic. We have our social studies, just starting out the unit with a basic map of the world, continents and oceans, building awareness, pattern review here. We get to practice writing the numbers right here. This is on day 3. And then here's another way to practice making the words in the word family. So again, we're just reiterating the same word family and the sight word here. Finish it, write it, draw it. This is the art page, and I really enjoy the art pages. So this is shades of color. So they're told to, okay, red, blue, brown, orange, purple. Yeah, we know all that, but they can come in different shades. So find different crayons, or press hard or press light. How many different shades can you make that are still within the category of blue? How many different shades can you make that are still within the category of brown? And I think something must be wrong with my printer, because brown printed as green. Here is a practice writing the numbers page. I will say definitely look at the weeks further in for more exciting math. I'm really excited about the math that you go through after, but I think it's good that they're starting with this basis, making sure that the children have a chance to become more confident with numbers 0 through 20. Then this is the mini book project, and the mini books are quite a bit different than the mini books from the preschool, because here they are word family mini books. So this is the mini book, and it has just asks, where is the bat? That's page 2. Page 1, okay. So you start at page 1. Anyways, these are the parent and child hybrid reading type of readers. So the green words are the words that the child is supposed to read, and then the black words are the words that the parent is supposed to read. So as your child progresses further and further through the book, they'll be able to read more of the words in each story. But I really like this method because it makes the stories more interesting. I don't know about you, but I get really, really bored by the pat, sat, flat, nat type of storybooks because I don't even know what they mean. So this has a nice benefit that the story at least has some semblance of a story, but then it's incorporating all the words that they've covered in that week, and then as it builds, it incorporates words from previous weeks as well as the new words, and they're gradually able to read more of the story themselves. So I like that. Here's a number sequencing activity, which is the parent cuts it up and they have to put it back together to make this picture of the earthworm. And this is the science page. I also really like, it's not just, hey, here's a science page and color the earthworm. It's actually kind of reviewing some of the information which is based on what you read in your teacher's manual. Very simple, very, very kindergarten level. Earthworms have many legs, true or false. Earthworms eat dirt, true or false. Earthworms have many rings called segments, and you do have the answer key here for you. And you are able to color this picture here. So that is my flip through for you today. I hope it's helpful. I hope it answers the questions that you have about the program so far. And I'm willing to do a more thorough video later on with like different resources to use with this curriculum as I go. So definitely feel free to ask any questions if you have them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and do give this video a like if you appreciate it and enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye!